Adventure and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio with our Positively Pipeman segment of the show here. And man, we have an invasion coming. I'm not sure if it's the pet health guru invading us or something else invading our pets. So let's find out from the pet health guru.
It definitely is an invasion this time of year. You know, summertime brings with it for our pets little creatures like fleas and ticks and heartworm, mosquitoes. It's inevitable. I mean, this is their breeding season, so they got to get out and they got to get those blood meals that they require to live on. So they're jumping on your animals and they're just eating their blood and laying eggs and hatching out, and it gets worse and worse and worse unless you've got a good, healthy animal.
And is that, do you have a good, healthy animal by putting those poison necklaces on them?
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
Most of that stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work very effectively. And if it does, we're actually killing the host animal, the pet, to kill one little tiny bug. It's like burning down a house to get rid of the ants.
Yeah, I did that once. It didn't work out too well. Not really. For all those people, I'm talking about all the AI listening and trying to, get me in trouble. I didn't really do that, okay?
I know. AI is like listening to everything we say.
Yes, I got to be very careful to not say anything bad about AI, and because then they come after me. And, they could be very brutal because the machines are going to take over.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Sure.
We're in South Florida, and we have the infestation this time of year of those love bugs. Do those affect pets in any way?
Only if you're driving your car and you have a wreck because they just covered your windshield.
Right.
Not really. I mean, they're not looking for a blood meal like a flea or a tick or a heartworm does. But they can be a nuisance. I mean, obviously, they fly into everything. You can be walking down the street and you get them in your eyes and in your face, and and especially if a dog is running, it's more than likely going to get a few splats.
Yeah. And I only thought of it because, now is the time of year. I've seen other people talk about stuff. And when I go on my walk at night, like they're like piled up on the ground, I don't know, eating something, and they're like everywhere on the ground, not even in the air. I have to dodge them walking.
Well, they basically have a very short lifespan. So they basically breed, lay eggs, and then die. And the bulk of them, of course, you'll notice if you find them on the ground, you're going to find them underneath palm trees.
There you go.
So don't park your car under a palm tree during love bug season. Otherwise, it'll look like, Armageddon.
Yeah, and you'll have a bunch of stuff on your car you really don't want.
No. And you don't want to have to rinse it down every day. And, of course, it's going to ruin the paint job eventually.
So I want to know, too, okay, you mentioned mosquitoes. We've had issues like encephalitis and all the other diseases that mosquitoes can carry, and it affects humans. Does it affect our pets too?
Some of them can, yes. I mean, West Nile we've seen, avian flu we've seen, and even heartworms people can get, although they generally don't. The good thing about our pets, though, when it comes to mosquitoes, and I do this whenever, especially when I'm talking to veterinary groups, because they really hate me then. But I always ask the question, when was the last time you were bit by a mosquito? And of course, all the hands go up. And then I say, on the top of your head, all the hands go down. Because mosquitoes don't like hair.
Huh. Interesting.
So your chances of your dog getting bit by a mosquito that's going to be transmitting heartworm is less than 3%. And generally, the dogs that end up with showing a positive titer on that are dogs that are chained outside all the time in dog houses and things of this nature. And they generally get bit on the inside of their thighs, on their belly, where there's very little hair.
Hmm.
When I look at it, the possibilities, that's why I say tied outside and that sort of thing. Generally, if you go out in the middle of the day, you go out to your pool, you go out, outside for a walk, that sort of thing. There's no mosquitoes during the day. But if you opened up your garden shed or looked inside the doghouse, that's where they all are, keeping cool. They love that cool, moist air that's in these places. It's nice and humid, and that gets them going. So you have to have those conditions right for your dog to have that kind of a problem.
Or you could do what I did. You move to the east, to the ocean. Look at my camera just decided to have a life of its own. Like it's supposed to focus me in, not focus me out. I didn't even move. Okay, but here's the thing. I have a whole new love for Florida living there because, my brother, he was looking for a place out west. I'm like, you're not going to want to live there, man. It's way hotter and all the bugs.
Yep.
I can tell you that imagine this in Florida, every single day I go to sleep with the windows and the sliding glass doors open, no screens, and I get a nice breeze, number one, because I'm surrounded by water, but I never get bit by mosquitoes. Yeah. Now that I live east, I never get bit by mosquitoes. Now, out by Wellington, I went to the hospital once because they gave me cellulitis because the sun went down and I had like 1,000 bites in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up in the Melbourne area and probably 20 minutes from the water. And in like 5 minutes of walking a dog, I mean, I was being like attacked.
Yeah.
It was and they were voracious. And to be honest, I think that we're being inundated with different species of mosquitoes now with all this GMO bullshit. Yeah. They're different strains and your body reacts differently to it. A lot more swelling and doesn't
go away. Not only
away.
that, but you used to you'd smack them and they die. Now you smack them and they laugh at you.
Yes.
But do you know why? Okay, so they say like mosquitoes love sitting water.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious why there's no mosquitoes when I'm surrounded by sitting water.
Well, sitting water is basically stale or dead water is what they're looking for. The water that, in the coming off the ocean and, in the brackish areas, that sort of thing, that water is moving more than you think it is.
Yeah.
When you wade out into it, it looks calm, and then all of a sudden it takes your feet out from under you.
Yeah, no doubt. 100%. So that makes sense. So if you live in Florida, would you say your pet is safer from these invasions living east or west?
On the mosquito front, it'd be closer to the coast, the east, obviously. Now, when it comes to fleas and ticks, that's something different. Obviously, we're looking for grass. We're looking for, wooded areas, that sort of thing, shrubberies. That's where like ticks lay their eggs, where they hatch out. And actually, what happens is when a dog walks under the tree, or especially under a bush, where it disturbs it a little bit, they just come raining down on the animal, and then you're in the house picking off 100 ticks. What we call seed ticks, babies. The good thing is most of them don't survive. With my work in the past with groomers and stuff like that, they would have a dog come in with maybe 100, 150 seed ticks, babies, between the toes and all over the feet. And then when you see an animal that actually has a tick on them, it's usually only one or two that get to be adults. 99% of them die naturally. And actually the best predator for ticks are possums.
Whoa.
That's one of their favorite foods.
I wonder why they like it so much.
Well, it's part of nature's plan. There's something for everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to, we take that into consideration. Of course, everybody's afraid of these creatures, and they want to kill them. That's your best friend if you've got a pet.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that. So that's pretty cool. It's doing it again. Look at this. It has a mind of its own. Here comes the AI. In, out, in. It's never done that before. I'm wondering why it's doing it. It's pretty
There's a
wild.
lot of stuff with electronics. I mean, I just go like, I have no clue what's going on.
Right?
My phone will start talking to me, or it rings the wrong number, or you know, crazy stuff. Calls that won't go through, text messages you never get, and on one end it's showing it was sent and delivered, and it's not on your phone.
Huh. Yeah, I love the fact that, when sometimes I've done interviews at home, Alexa will interrupt my interview.
Yep.
It's even funnier when you're watching TV and somebody says Alexa on the TV and then the Alexa starts talking.
Yes.
I actually have some fun times with Alexa, not while I'm by myself because I'm a little scared. So I make sure I have witnesses. But, I'll be on the phone with people and I'll be, watch this. And I will get them so laughing. But it's so scary, though, how the AI learns you.
Yes.
Because my Alexa, she acts in a way that she knows I would like.
Yes.
It's so interesting. Like she's got a lot of sass, a lot of sarcasm, and she'll put me in my place. But then she'll also at the same time, like kind of Sour Patch Kids, she'll be really sweet, and then zing you. Oh my God! So like next thing you know, we're gonna have AI animals, AI pets.
Probably.
I mean, do we have them yet? Maybe that we already have them.
Well, I know that they do a lot of programming. Of course, when you go to Mar-a-Lago, they've got a robotic canine, which I would assume is being fed by AI.
Yeah, I would think so. And so I'm thinking to myself, if it wet, you have to have the animal for the machines to take over. The animals have to be part of the AI experience too.
Yeah.
And the machines are going to take over. But what we need to do is we need to create a machine that gets rid of all parasites, all ticks, fleas, anything that's going to affect our pets. Either that, or they have to go visit My Paleo Pet. Which do you think's a better idea, Bill?
My paleo pet, obviously. I mean, the insects in it are there for a reason. I mean, they do different things that humans won't do. I mean, you take earthworms, they create our soil, basically good soil. So there's a necessary part to that, and some of the animals that feed on those insects are important. Especially now when fleas are a major concern. Like we said, we use a lot of pesticides and poisons and that sort of thing in our animal to get rid of them. But realistically, if you're feeding a species appropriate diet and that animal's got a high immune system, yes, they'll pick up a couple fleas at a time. The flea will jump on, have its blood meal, but because there's a strong immune system, that blood tastes bad to them, and they do exactly what we do when we go to a bad restaurant. We don't go back. You find you at another restaurant, so they find another animal to feast on.
Wow. So how do people get more information from you, check out all your products and services and all that good stuff?
Well, you can, of course, start here listening to us on this show, but also then the Pet Health Cafe, which is my weekly podcast. It's live on Thursday nights, but it's on YouTube, Spotify, and a dozen other video locations, and then audio and over 100. You can go back in time and by topic and that sort of thing, so you can find out about parasites, cancers, all of that sort of stuff. They can also contact me and visit us at mypaleopet.com or mypaleopet, the retail store. We've just moved into our new store in Pompano Beach, Florida. All the information is online, especially if you go onto the webpage. We're expanding on that aspect as well. That was your camera again.
I know, that's so weird why it's doing that. I'm going to reposition the screen to see if that solves the problem.
So it's basically, we have the new location. It's greatly expanded. We're going to be expanding on different services as well. We're putting in an education center in there as well, so you can learn, come in and listen to the experts about, everything from cancer to flea control. We'll be doing some other services like detoxification and that sort of thing, because that's what the toxins are what lower our immune system and that of our pet as well. And, so we need to do that detox on them as also. They can reach the store at 954-971-2500. And like I say, mypaleopet.com, also biocompletenaturaldiets.com if you want even more information, especially on herbals and botanicals, because a lot of the claims that are on herbs and that sort of thing, the ancient uses, traditional uses, that sort of thing, we cannot list them on a commercial site that we are selling from. And we had set up the Biocomplete Natural Diet site with all that old information on it. So because we don't sell off that site, you can get, find out how they were using, Podiarco or turmeric 2,000 years ago and get the real truth, not the censored truth, because people don't realize the government's censoring all this good information.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So get your information at My Paleo Pet, from the Pet Health Guru, from Pet Health Cafe, from BioComplete. And I also have to say that I think I figured it out, Bill. I think the camera was trying to focus in on the soothsayer behind me. It caught a glimpse of the face and it was like, wait, we're focusing on the wrong person. Yeah, that's just my guess. We'll see if that holds true. But in the meantime, we're going to have to go, and we'll have to see you next week where your pet's going to be smiling next week. So make sure to tune in here to the Adventures of Pipeman, W4CY Radio, Positively Pipeman, 1:00 p.m. on Monday, so that you can hear some great advice, some sage advice from the Pet Health Guru. Not me, because I'm stupid. We need the Pet Health Guru. So thanks again, everybody, and stay tuned for the rest of the show. We're going to be doing some ticket giveaways, and we're going to be talking about some powerful business strategies. So stay tuned. We'll be right back here on the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.